Hi, and welcome to Pickup Lines. I've got some tips for you on how to declutter your life, and there are actually 10 questions that I'm going to ask you that you're going to ask yourself about how you can do that. That's a lot of questions, and that's kind of the point. 5 questions to ask yourself while you're at home to help you declutter. 5 questions to ask yourself while you're out shopping to help you declutter. Let's get started. Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. Well said, William Morris. Practical. All right, so question number 1 is for you to ask yourself, is this something that I've used in the last 6 months? If the answer is yes, well, obviously you can keep it. And if the answer is no, the next question might be, well, am I keeping it for sentimental value? If so, that's probably okay. But the key thing here is to remember that sometimes we keep things because there is an emotional tie to it. And you want to decrease whenever possible your emotional tie to material objects. So if that's the case, you might want to consider letting it go. Worth. The next question to ask yourself is, if I were shopping right now, would I buy this? If the answer is no, and it also serves no purpose, then let it go. Duplicate. Well, while you're looking around your home and you're trying to declutter, you might ask yourself, do I have another item in my house that serves the same purpose? Now, sometimes we need duplicates. For example, this camera, I have 2 batteries for because sometimes one dies and I want to keep filming, so I need the second one. But sometimes we really don't need those duplicates. For example, Mom, why do you have 2 kettles? You really don't need 2 kettles. Fit. Sometimes we keep things in our lives that really no longer serve us. So ask yourself, does this thing fit me? Does it fit my body, my style, and most importantly, does it fit the type of person I want to become or the place and environment that I want to live in? If the answer is no, you know what to do. Let it go. Broken. A lot of us are guilty of this one, holding on to broken things. For me, it was always broken watches, in hopes that one day we would get them fixed. So the question to ask yourself is this: am I holding on to this broken item in hopes that one day I will get it fixed? And if you haven't gotten it fixed in the last 2 months, it might not be a high enough priority for you. Perhaps letting it go will help you to both declutter and decrease one item on your to-do list. Next up, shopping. He who buys what he does not need steals from himself. The Swedish know everything. Need versus want. Now, I mentioned this one in a previous video, and it's important to bring up again because it's a really useful tip, and I ask myself this one all the time. Do I want this or do I need this? Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't buy things that you want. I mean, of course it's okay to buy things that you want that you don't necessarily need, but just prioritize them and choose those things that you really, really want instead of those things that you just kind of want. Wait. The next question to ask yourself is, can I wait 1 week to buy this? If so, take a picture and revisit it in a week. You might actually find that you'll forget about it entirely in that week, in which case you probably didn't really need it, or you might even find something better in that time. Replace. All right, so sometimes we do a really good job at decluttering, but find that the chaos returns within just a couple of months. So the question to ask yourself while you're shopping is, does this item I'm about to purchase replace something else? If it comes into the home, is there something else I can donate or throw away? Asking yourself this question ensures that the clutter does not return. Price. This one's a go-to question for me. Would I buy it if it cost twice as much? Asking yourself this question really helps you to evaluate just how much you really value or need that particular product. And forget about sale prices. Everything is 100% off if you don't buy it. Remember, it's not a good deal if you don't need it. Borrow. Ask yourself, is this something I'm only going to use 1 or 2 times that I could rent or borrow instead? For example, when we moved into our new apartment, we had to drill some things into the wall for just the first week. We were about to buy a drill that cost about 100 euros, but instead we asked to borrow one. In doing so, we saved $100. That's now gonna help to finance our next trip. Plus, it means less things to keep around the house. All right, so that's it. Those are the 10 questions that I'm asking you to ask yourself to help you declutter your life. Questions you can ask at home or while you're out shopping. And that's it. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next video.